I was born into a family of legacy in sport, and my mother captained India in basketball. My father, on the other side, 6'3", center half of the national field hockey team, played in the 1972 Munich Olympics, and my mom and dad were in the village together. I was born on the 17th of June, 1973, and the rest is history. Playing sport with my dad growing up was just magical for me because dad was a doctor of medicine. He also was an athlete, so he had very little time in the day. But when I got him out to play cricket or football or rugby, that was father-son time. Also, every Sunday after church, I used to polish my father's Olympic medal, and I would sit down and ask him, like, how do I get one? And he goes, well, you're going to have to do it in an individual sport. And tennis was not my main sport at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Football was. When I was about 11 years old, I was selected for a junior football academy in Europe. I was selected for the Barcelona junior program, and I spent 7 months in Barca. At that point of time, I figured India was not so big in football. We didn't even qualify for the Asian Championships or for the Asian Games, let alone qualifying for the Olympics. And I figured that the one biggest thing I wanted to do was to covet an Olympic medal of my own, to eventually be able to sit at the dining table with my dad and say, you know what, you've got one and so do I. When I came back from Barcelona, my dad said, you've given up your dream of playing in the World Cup. What are you going to do now? And I looked over from the dining room where we were sitting into the living room, and my uncle Basil, he had a Fred Perry sweater on in this picture, and then 3 tennis rackets in his arm and a trophy in that side, in his right hand. And I quickly looked at my dad and I said, tennis. And my dad laughed at me for 6 minutes. It seemed like an eternity, that laughter. But I've always been a rebel with a cause, and it was hard. It was a bit tough. And the 70s and 80s, growing up in India, the infrastructure for tennis was not so great, let alone the know-how how to be a tennis player. Whereas for cricket or for field hockey, there was a lot more. When you come from a country like India, you just find a way. And for me, to emulate my dad and to make him proud has been something very special for me.